are a fair trade organization. We started about 8 years ago in Sydney and mainly in Marrickville. And we've been trading ever since in markets like these and stalls, and we also have an online store. Our business model is buying from Palestinian fair trade producers, either of handicraft work like embroidery or soap, or food products like olive oil and za'atar and all of that, and bring it over here to Australia, selling to the consumer at market prices, and all of the money gets invested back in the business into buying more products. The business is run by volunteers, just like myself, yeah? Business is run by volunteers like myself, and we try to diversify our product range. So some stuff like the Naples oil soap, that's our staple product. We get it day in and day out every time of the year. Whereas some products we get it seasonally, like the bags like this, we shop for them just to keep a variety in the businesses. One of our products, so this is from a Zaytuna Jewelry. Zaytuna Jewelry is a micro business in Palestine. And what they do, each piece of jewelry is unique. They don't do mass production. So what they do is their concept or business model is to collect the leaves from olive trees that fall to the ground, yeah, and they put them in a mold. So each leaf is unique. And they do an imprint of it in one piece as such. So each piece is unique and it's got a different style. No two pieces are the same, although the name might be the same, yeah. And that's kind of a real product from the real land of Palestine, which is famous for olive oil, as you know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Scott from Karuna Dawn. So we've got one of our ranges here today, which is our leaf leather range. We have a partner company in Thailand where we have these made just outside Chiang Mai. All the products are fully made from teak leaves. The process of making them is 80% teak leaves. The leaves are collected, overlapped, soaked, heated and compressed together, and it makes a sheet of leaf leather. They're on a 10% backing of a non-woven fabric, and then there's 10% laminate over the top just to protect the colour. And then basically the local villagers will cut them to size and sew them into the various products that we have here today. Leaf leather products, yep, so it's a vegan alternative to leather.
Yeah.
We make sure everything, we do a few different ranges. This is just one that we brought with us today. All our products are fair trade, all our products are vegan, all our products are eco-friendly. That's the only suppliers we deal with, and we have suppliers in Nepal and Sri Lanka and India and in Thailand. Okay. They're vegetable dyes.
Yeah.
Yes, so as part of that process of making the sheets of leaf leather, the colours, the dyes are added at that time. It's a nice material. It ages like an animal leather. It softens as you use it and softens over time, and it's very durable.
Hi, this is 71 Bay. I'm Shireen, the founder. 71 Bay was a connection back to our roots. I'm originally from Bangladesh, so everything over here is fair trade and handcrafted in Bangladesh. All of our jute products are made in rural villages in Bangladesh, and they're made by women who work from their homes around their daily responsibilities of family and household, and it helps for them to stay in the community, give them meaningful employment opportunities, and curb the displacement into cities looking for work. With our Katha wares, I support another organization who helps train women who have escaped being trafficked or forced prostitution, or were at risk of being trafficked. So they're trained in Katha stitching, and they're also taught how to read and write. These are also our Christmas decorations, which are made by the same group. And these metal ornaments are actually recycled from ships and then handmade by our artisans. They come with this beautiful card, and they sign their names as well on it. So it originally started when I moved to Australia about a decade ago, and I felt this disconnect. So I wanted to create something that would be a bridge between our two homes, and just a connection back to Bangladesh, and as we built a life here in beautiful Australia. 100 hours-ish or something like that. Yeah,
one piece,
yeah. Because they're all individual motifs. So they're actually very traditional motifs that I grew up with using, being used as placemats and things like that around the house. And then I decided to kind of combine it into a more
And you have teams of women.
Yeah. I'm partnered with NGOs in Bangladesh who have been working and training these women since 1971. That's the year that Bangladesh became independent as a country, and that's where our name comes from, so 71 Bay. So there's training provided where needed, and I usually go back and produce any new kind of ideas and designs that I have. I don't do it over Zoom and emails anymore. It was just a learning curve and just a bit of just too much for both ends. So I've tried to streamline that process, and I will go visit them and we'll create our new designs together kind of thing through workshops.
My name is Maggie. I'm the founder of Project 2 Mile. So Project 2 Mile is a project that I started 5 years ago, and it's made up of women, marginalized women who live in the squatter settlements around in Port Moresby. Port Moresby is the capital of PNG, and the women, they weave all these beautiful bilum bags. And what I do is I try to find platforms to sell these bags, and everything that every income that we receive goes back into helping these women. We used to do Saturday markets, but it became a little bit too much for me because I work full-time as well as have little kids. So currently we just purely focus online and do wholesale to shops in Australia and around the world. So at the moment we have more than 200 weavers who weave all these beautiful bilum bags. This is it supplements, like they have they do street vending or they do other jobs as well, and this is one of the income streams that helps supplement their family income. It takes up to 6 weeks to complete one bilum bag. So the yarn is twisted by hand, and then using a looping technique, a very ancient technique, they weave this into these beautiful patterns and colorways. Yeah, they're so beautiful, and these bags, they last for a very, very long time. We do not dictate the colorways and patterns. It's whatever that comes to the weaver's mind.
They're so color coordinated.
Yeah,
The women are very creative.
the colorways they come up with is amazing.
They're quite modern.
And yeah, they are very, very modern.
These are wonderful.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Prue from Community Projects Worldwide. We have been importing and wholesaling beautiful quality handmade products from Africa and South America, Asia for the past 25 years. We have a shop at the Monday Markets in Queensland. We also have a great online store and Facebook site. We work with over 50 or 60 different groups that run their own businesses. They create these beautiful products, often in very remote and hard to find work, poor areas. where they can make beautiful products but they have nowhere to sell them. So we find these groups, or they find us. We choose the best products that we think suit the Australian market, and then we import them, consolidate them, bring them into Australia, and then sell them throughout Australia and raise money for the groups. They all work for themselves, and it's wonderful to see the difference that it makes in the communities and to the families. Most are made by single mothers or grandmothers that are quite empowered by being able to earn a wage themselves, where they basically can choose to spend their money on education, on family, on nutrition. They're not reliant on the money that their husband may give them, or being a single mum, on just what they can do. They can always work from home. And the hours that suit them, and many can stay living in their own traditional lifestyles, which is great. So predominantly women. The principles of fair trade, which is terrific, which is equal pay for men and women, access to education and further training if possible, and basically being paid a fair wage for your country for what you make and the time that you work.
And supplementing the family income as well.
Oh, absolutely, and educating your children and feeding your children. Hopefully, for most people, it's out of the realms of buying their own home, even simple homes. But just being able to look after their children and give them a better future is the main goal for all the women. Many of the groups run a lot of educational courses on nutrition, on sanitary practices, looking after young girls. Child-headed households is another one where they basically come in and give assistance and training to those. So yeah, there's lots of different ways that the groups are put together, but basically at the end of the day it's the empowerment through employment, that by working and making a living for themselves, they're in control of their own future and their own security, which makes it a very sustainable business for them.
Thank you so much. All right, folks, here we are. The legend himself, Nick from Etico. Nick, grab this microphone.
Thanks,
And
Roshi.
tell us a little bit about who you are.
Firstly, who came up with this legend idea? I mean,
You are a legend. You've been doing this for a long time.
I've been doing it for a while.
You are
yeah.
a veteran in this area, so we want to hear from you.
Okay, well, as you know, I run a small fashion label called Etico. It's a street fashion brand for people who care about their fellow human beings, the environment and animals. So everything we do is fair trade, organic and vegan. And we do products like sneakers, t-shirts, hoodies. We even do sports balls under another sub-brand. We produce products for individual people, but we also produce products for other organisations. So, if you run a charity or an environmental group and you need merchandise, we're the people that you need to be talking to. So our entire supply chain is certified organic. So all the cotton that goes into all of our products is certified by GOTS, the Global Organic Textile Standard. And everything is also certified fair trade. So we can guarantee that there is no child labour, sweatshop or slave labour. As far back as where the cotton seed that goes into growing the cotton that goes into our garments comes from. We've been doing this longer than any other brand in Australia. Most recently, we actually won the Best All-Round Sustainable Retailer Award at the National Online Retailers Awards. And a few years ago, we became the first fashion brand to ever win the Australian Human Rights Award, which, winning awards is great, but the reality is we need people to stop talking about sustainability and social justice and actually start shopping accordingly, because the reality is nothing's going to change unless consumers change as well. The use of child labour, sweatshop and slave labour in the fashion industry is no great secret. And amazingly, in 2024, it's still going on. And unfortunately, fast fashion's part of that cause. When people want cheap fashion, fast fashion, someone's someone has to pay the cost, and unfortunately within the fast fashion industry it's the workers and the farmers who are paying those costs. So yeah, we'd like people to start shopping their values instead of just talking about them.
Not just consumers, but we're also talking about industry, right?
Well, we're talking about industry, we're talking about schools, talking about high schools, primary schools. I mean, you think about it, every school in Australia talks to kids about sustainability and social justice, and then they go buy sweatshop-made school uniforms made with polyester. It's amazing that in 2024, the majority of students in Australia are wearing clothing made out of plastic. Given all the negativity that's out there about plastics, our kids are actually wearing school uniforms made with plastic. And then you've got universities who love talking about circularity and sustainability, but don't actually apply it to their own procurement as well. So we've got a few challenges, but there are genuine ethical alternatives out there. Edico, just one of a handful of brands in Australia who are genuinely creating positive social impact and helping people reduce their environmental impact. And I think all the businesses here deserve support from consumers.
You're a seasoned operator. Nico, thank you so much.
Thanks for what you guys are doing as well. Helped out Moral Free Ground.
Hi, my name is Carla. I'm the founder of Tree Kit. It's an ethical and sustainable clothing label for kids. I do adjustable clothing that grows with kids up to 3-4 years, depending on the kids' growth. Everything is ethically made here now in Melbourne. I have the ethical clothing Australia accreditation to prove it. I screen print all the fabrics, they're all natural fibers, no chemicals involved, vegan, zero waste policy, social responsibility. This collection has been done by the Social Studio who support training and employment for refugees and immigrants. They are all adjustable, so they fit the baby range fit up to 2.5 years, and the kids range fit up to 3-4 years, depending on the kids' growth.